Check. Is this thing on? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate for each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show. We are here again, folks. We are here every single day, approaching show number 500. Approaching show number 500. If you can believe that. I can't believe it. Unbelievable. Thank you. But hold the applause to the end. Let's see what happens to Bitcoin. Let's break it down. Let's have some fun. It's a Saturday night. You know, we get a little cracky. That's what I'm saying. You see? You know, we get a little crazy on Saturday night. I mean, hey, that's what I'm saying. Hey, don't go there. I never did that. That was lemon water, by the way. Time to get that honey up. Shout out to everyone that needs honey. Be Well Honey out of 54 Macquon Street, Pembroke, Massachusetts. 508-788-1219. Be Well. Drink honey. Every day. Okay, moving forward, let's jump on in to the chats. I want to share with you a little fractally that I was looking at here. And, you know, tells me that we are seeing a little spice action. And lo and behold, a little bit of spice is coming out of CHE. Why CHE? Well, CHE is already up 3%. Not much to talk about, but it's one of the big gainers of the week. If we look at the week, not a bad week some of the alts actually had some action. Waves, which who can actually attest and defend me here? Didn't I put out a call for waves before waves even started to move? I just like waves, and it was in a bullish pattern. I charted it, and boom, boom, boom. We had waves bound down in the fours. Waves would blast to around $12. It did a 3x. I can't believe that. For the week, up 95%, gave some of it back, but still sitting at 869. Waves did some serious gains. If you were in my trading group, you would know about waves. If you're in my trading group since last January, it was me saying this thing. Funny thing about me was sand, ocean, and waves. I was a sailor growing up, loved to sail. Sand, ocean, and waves, baby, waves. So looking at the market cap here and taking a look at what we see, waves up 95% in 7 days. Can you believe that? At $8.69. Helium at 29% at $9.24. Pretty close. It's funny. And then we have Cardano kind of beasting up 20% for the week, getting a little bit of a move. Stellar Lumen hanging in there. Thor and Rune trying to gain back some steam. GRT today had a little bit of a move in 24 hours, 11%. Got most of that for the weekly gain of 15. CHG also hanging in there for an 11% gain for the week. But you can see some altcoins have crawled back from the depths and tried to gain a little bit of love. KuCoin shares, we're going to talk about that as well. If you watched my video about exchange-based tokens, we're putting out a lot of stuff recently. My friend has TMJ. I was thinking about acupuncture. I think it has to be some good things for acupuncture for TMJ. If anybody knows anything about that, hit the like button. Let me know you love being alive. Let me know you like life in general. My top 5 exchange-based tokens. You got to watch this video. It breaks down exchange-based tokens if you're new. If you don't know what that means, if you want some insight, hit that video. It's really going to give you a lot. If you've noticed, we've been pumping out the content. We've been putting out the live stream and content every single day, sometimes twice a day, such as today, right? Or live stream content, live stream, depending on the day, Saturday and Sunday. Shout out to everybody who watched this. You guys gave me a high ranking on this video. It's doing pretty well, 1,200 views and counting. Crypto Trader Pro Tips, the chart anomaly equals big gains. How to trade like a market maker, and my top 5 exchange-based tokens. The list goes on, but these awesome quick little snippets aren't live streams. These are quick little 5-minute videos. 5 reasons why Bitcoin is bottom. Check these videos out if you didn't know. I don't think everyone realizes. Some of these are just quick snippets. They're all snippets. They're no longer than 5, 6, 7 minutes long. So jump on into those awesome clips. Follow me on Twitter at CryptoLifer33. I greatly appreciate it. We're trying to get to that 6,000 follower region. And we did move over to CryptoLifer.com. We're building it behind the scenes right now, but we will be unveiling it. It will be amazing sometime in the near future. I'm not too worried about it. Probably before July 4th. We're hoping somewhere in that region, but you never know. Could be August. But just, super excited. CryptoLifer.com. We're putting our stamp on it, and we're making a big move on the internet, so I'm excited for that too as well. So we're going to put crypto on the map. We're going to continue to educate people about crypto, and that's going to be our goal, to free people from the banking system. The cartels that leech themselves parasitically have taken money from my mother, and my father, and my parents, and taking everything from them. And now I have nothing. No, but seriously, the banking system, which has really depleted many people of all their wealth, and it's just a sad thing to think about. Saturday night, want to bring some news before we jump on into Bitcoin, get you a little excited. We're going to go to Cointelegraph, real quick, Cointelegraph as known sometimes, but it's fun. They just have some interesting news as well, that you may just want to look at. But 3 altcoins that could surge on Bitcoin's flip. When Bitcoin flips 35K to support, they like ADA, Matic, and XLM, which are actually kind of doing well, except for Matic, but the other 2 are doing well actually this week alone, right? Super Moon Camp, the mansion on the moon, getting ready for Consensus Week in Austin. So Austin, Texas, June 9th through the 13th. I think I'm going to have to come out there and hang out and see what's crack-a-lackin' June 9th through the 13th. We got to look at that coming up pretty close, actually, which is interesting. 5 reasons why Bitcoin could be a better long-term investment than gold. I mean, of course, it was already, for the last 3 years, in my humble, you would have made, Bitcoin was like 8,600. It clearly outperformed gold easily. But again, last 10 years, it outperformed gold to the point where you really can't even have a conversation about it at this point. So, but gold is a crisis metal. So I assume if we enter into recession again, gold will go up as a commodity. But even when I always thought that, but when we like slammed and in the, the pandemic, and we went down really hard on that March day in 2020. The thing about it was, even gold went down. Like, people bailed into everything, and they just ran into the dollar, really. And even the dollar, like, it just was, like, strange. It was just like there was no safe haven at all, Is Solana a buy with the SOL price at a 10-month low, down 85% from its peak? I mean, when you think about it, 10-month lows down 85% from its peak, it's quite interesting to think about. I believe it's going to be here for a long term. Sam Bankman-Fried is not giving up. Alameda is not just going to pack up their billions and just say goodbye. MIT grads don't just walk away from projects. I don't think Solana is going anywhere. It's bumps in the road. People say they're trying to get something big. I'm not a huge fan. Doesn't mean I don't think it's going to make some big money. If we do get a surge and Bitcoin ever does go back to 100K, Solana probably would be a good project to DCA into yet again. Can you believe it's back down all the way where it is now, though, after all the movement? It's so crazy to see these coins all the way back down to the 2037 area where it really first started. Where it first started to pick up a lot of steam. I mean, it was cheap. People made a lot of big money off that when it got to there. Japan passes limit stablecoin issuance to banks and trust companies. Bill to limit stablecoin issuance to banks and trust companies. Interesting, Total crypto market risk a dip below $1 trillion. All right, $1 trillion. We take a look at that every single day. But yeah, and there's a lot of pressure, and I talk about that, and it doesn't look too healthy on the bigger time frame on the daily. World Economic Forum, Miami mayor says that Bitcoin can be a global currency. I love this guy, man. He's the man. Francis Suarez, the mayor of Miami. Shout out to Miamians and everyone here on the live stream. Shout out to Stack. I know you guys got a lot of rain. Looked like a little bit of a tropical storm out in Miami. Hope you guys are all right. Hope everyone got home safe if they were out or whatever they're doing, didn't kind of venture out. Looked like there was whole streets just filled with like 6-7 feet of rain. It was insanity. So I hope you're okay. It looked pretty crazy. I hope everyone's all right, Stack. And everyone else in Miami as well. I thought sold at 25 and rode it to 215 and sold every penny. You're a smart man, Diamond. Sauce, baby. It was the diamond sauce that made you do the right thing. You were like, you know what? I'm out. The honeybee. Crypto biz helicopter. CBDC money reigns on Shenzhen. So the advanced CBC strategy sees Digital One airdrop to thousands of people. Meanwhile, Binance Labs raises $500 million for a new Web3 fund. Wow, $500 million for Binance Labs. But, isn't that crazy? Raining money on the people again. I mean, that's inflation. Inflation anywhere kind of, because the world economy is so connected, you do it anywhere. Even if you don't see us printing money, it eventually creates inflation all over the world when you give anybody free money. Because when you add labor that's not there, because energy for money is the exchange, when you add money for no energy, that money pours into an area. It's just like an off balance. It doesn't matter how big the globe is or who's doing what. You can't pump an anomalic source of energy that has no balance. Like, everything needs to be balanced. So, and they're a huge population. That's a bit worrisome to me. All right. And that creates also, inflation for them. Over 200K Bitcoin now stored in Bitcoin ETFs and other institutional products. So Bitcoin getting some moves in the game. And we looked at CAG. I believe it does have some gas in the tank to the upside. This little diamond here on the Lifer Vision Indicator did call that beautiful, beautiful move to the upside. Also, where did I get this fractal from? I looked at it over here. And I was taking a look and I was like, you know what? This looks a lot like when it did this here. And it went to the upside, And so resembles them very, very similar. And that would also hit the measured move on the fractal, which is pretty funny, right? When I kind of get them pretty spot on. I mean, they look like direct replicas. I mean, look at this. And you'd be like, no, you took that. That's from itself. It's like, no. It's like, I'll bring it back and show you. Like, you see, that fractal comes from here. I just made it a little smaller, but you can clearly see that's where I took it from. It's amazing how price action will springboard itself into the similar patterns over and over again. And, you can start to see these things. It's, and it feels like an anomaly, but it's quite interesting. Anyway, need I say more? I shall move on. Let's take a look at RMRK. Just get your feet wet, get you a little interested. 4-hour time frame pointing to the upside, looking beautiful, which is sweetly beautiful. It's beautiful. And look, you can see this is about to cross the yellow line. If that happens, that's going to be a good sign. I call that the Kevin Calderon right there. Yep, bang. We call that the KC bang bang to the upside. So that's the Kevin Calderon to the upside right here. So yeah, we're looking for the KC bang right there to the upside. On RMRK in this beautiful cup and handle with a measured move to about 28.43% RMRK. Does that mean it's going to happen? Could we get stopped out in 2 seconds? And could I look like a complete clown? Of course. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. I'm simply playing technical analysis and the probability that the stochastics RSI on the low side will spring me back to the upside on this extended region. Doesn't mean it has to, doesn't mean it will. I've seen it many times and I've gotten away with it. Doesn't mean I will get away with it this time. But you know what? I'm willing to take a shot. We might actually get a rejection here too. By the 200-day moving average, look to possibly take some profits around there if you get that intersection. Just something to think about. Whoa, 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 whoa. Bing bong. Bing bong. Who knows what bing bong is? If you know what bing bong is right now, if you know what I'm saying, bing bong, and you'd actually know what I'm saying, we got to do something, I don't know, fun about it. Who knows? Bing bong. Bing bong. Okay, shout out to everyone here on the live. Appreciate each and every for being here. All right, moving forward. Clayton, holding its own. Can it get some love? I don't know. I like the project. I think it can get some love. I think it has enough building behind it to go somewhere. Again, though, let's take a look at Bitcoin for everyone. Everyone wants to know what the lifer thinks about Bitcoin. They come for the Bitcoin. They stay for the altcoins and the laughs. Okay. So, what's interesting, right? Which is very interesting. All right. Bitcoin at 29,885. Now, I'll tell you something. If you were with me on the channel, when we were right here, I put $500 into Bitcoin. Why? Because I've never played this 6-hour time frame in my life. And yes, you should say, yeah, but lifer, you've played the time frames. It doesn't matter. You can just jump in any time frame. But I am a very systematic person with very, with a lot of, the way I do things are just very, pinpoint. I just have a whole system to my ways. Okay. And when I was looking at this, I said, that's has all the bells and whistles that I like, but I've never done it. MACD turning, just getting the Kevin Calderon special here above the yellow line, which is, it's just a beautiful little move here on the RSI. All right. A little bit of no, you can't see the bullish divergence on the 6-hour. On smaller time frame, it's there. They have it marked here on the 6-hour though. And this thing is a pretty good, accurate indicator, to be honest. And they have bullish divergence because it is slight bullish. RSI is flat. That's more to the downside. There is on the SRSI, which I usually don't go for, but just, something to think about. That's why I use the with divs, SRSI with divs. How you get that's pretty simple. Right, an RSI, and just grab here stochastics RSI with divergences Nebutane 1295. Okay, so if we go back into the little nitty gritty here of the times, I had made this small cup and handle. This is what's very interesting to me because I make this cup and handle here as so, right? And the way I get my cup and handle targets, it's just unlike most people. But I go from this wick all the way down to this wick. They have to be the wick to wicks. I've learned that's how the bots trade. You could tell me neither. It's my own thing. And then I usually slant it the way, price action needed to go. Somewhere around here and brought it down a little bit. That was my region here. It coincided with this resistance. Bit of a bounce on the wick here. And this wick here too. Okay? And no lie, we drew this way before this happened. And we would get the wick right here to 30,700 to the exact location of the measured move of this cup and handle. Pretty strange, and people say, oh, but that's nonsense. And also, I also drew this slanted cup and handle. If you were watching my channel last night, which I know most people were, and I said it's likely we go the move of the slanted cup and handle, which I know no one wants to believe this, but you take the length of this here and you slant it because you have to slant this way. You have to be kind of match it. And it gives you the same exact target. You see? Around, you know. It gives you the same target, though. This trade. So it basically gave you the entry here. And I drew my support zone, which was a resistance, bounce, resistance, bounce, bounce. Okay? Also, if you were in the, you know, watch me on BitBoy even, when we were here, I suggested that Bitcoin would do this and possibly come down and make a double bottom, and the measured move would be up here somewhere, and so forth, you know. So we got this move here, and we getting this move here, all right? And we hit the target of the measured move of both cup and handles, the mini one and the big one. And so people don't want to tell me that the cup and handle works with my style and all this nonsense, but Sammy, cup and handle to the upside. It really doesn't matter as long as you get results. Like I was here yesterday. This is what I said. I was here the day before. That's what I said. Thursday, I was on Around the Blockchain at 5 p.m. You can go watch the episode and see what I was talking about. We could go do it together if you want. Does anyone want to watch it together? Or am I just beating a dead horse at this point? You know? But it's just funny. It's just something. It's just funny, you know? Shabby cup and handy to the upside. Bing bong. New York City subway doors are closing. You're funny. Frankie Candles. Bing bong. Okay, I corrected subway. Bing bong is the sound made when the New York City. No, you guys are funny. Bing bong. You think Bitcoin will bottom around Christmas? I don't think anything. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. I'm just going to take it one day at a time, my friend. Shout out to the Candle Mafia. Shout out to Frankie Candles. Bing bong. Why does RMRK look coiled and ready to trade? I like it. That's what I'm saying, Bison. You never know, though. NFA, man. NFA. PLD been going crazy. I know. Had one to make candles with 20% moves. Late night Java beans are brewing. Ready to hunt for these gains. Wow, Java beans at the gains. Checking in while hanging with the family. Always making sure to hit that no matter what. Shout out to the like button. Shout out to Rodney Robinson, a.k.a. the Dad Bod, the Sock Man. Shout out to Grace Protocol, Love Learning, Stack McChange in the house. Shout out to all my awesome people, my moderators, everyone holding the chat down, people that threw in a super chat, said what up. Thank you for the $1 from Preemptive Lemon Water, number 495. Thank you so much for that. Position for a dangerous dump for Bitcoin. Boom, boom, boom. But anyway, I don't need to toot my horn. You just keep coming to the stream and you'll get the science. Now, there was an idea we could have got rejected and we got into this tight channel. And the idea was we either break to the upside or we don't. What's interesting is we also, I had this drawn somewhere else. And all you had to do was draw this and play the measured move of that. And which was interesting is that also would have positioned you. See how all the TA would have given you exactly what you needed? See this? This is also double bottom, is it not? See the W there? I'm just teaching, but I mean, am I preaching or am I teaching? But you just got to recognize these signs. And if you just play these things 60 to 70% of the time, that was the measured move here. You know, you get what you came for. You see what I'm saying? You get what you came for, baby. Get what you came for. So, as I mess around. And, you know, I'm always dropping the science or doing my art on many different exchanges. That was my KuCoin. Here's my Bitcoin, you know. Here's the other thing I was showing too. But the same idea here. There's your measured move. And that's exactly where we went. 200-day moving average also became what? A resistance point. A resistance point. You're looking for a breakout and a bounce off the green zone. Why? Because that's going to be a big resistance area for Bitcoin. We go to like the 1 hour. We zoom out here. You can see right here we came up. We had a lot of chop. We did breach, but chop, 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 chop. Chop again, fell down. Chop right here. We bounced here. We bounced here. So I would like to see a good bounce. And then a break back up out of this region. And this is our next area that we have to deal with. Again, somewhat of a big double bottom if this can start to propel its way to the upside. Okay? It's a little messy, so we're going to look at another chart nice and clean for you. Watch, we're going to build this. If you're a beginner or if you just like watching Bitcoin with me, we're going to show you something. Now, here's an idea. Are we in a diamond pattern? I was getting a little crazy with myself this morning or this afternoon, but I was looking around. I was like, man, this is interesting here. Could we possibly be in a bit of a diamond pattern? Music is fitting for the ideas of what could be such, right? The diamond. The beautiful diamond pattern. I remember when I first saw my first diamond. She was glistening in the wind. I could see her as sure as the sand in the sea. I picked her up. I scraped her off. I put her up to the sun and I glared at her. And I looked up as the sun glared off my eyes and into the diamond. And there, my friends, and only there did I see that all things were connected and all things were the one, and through the universe was me and through me was the universe, and together I was the diamond and the diamond was looking at me just as I was looking at the diamond, and together, my friends, I was somewhere in another place. But was I in the same place? I was nowhere and everywhere. Or was I somewhere? That is for you to decide. But that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I'll come back next week for another one. For Mr. Diamond. Shout out to everybody here. We'll have characters on the show. That was Mr. Diamond. He'll come back for another one next week, as he said. But there's a possibility that we were making a bit of a diamond pattern here. You know, it's an ugly diamond. It's not nice. But I'm just saying. You know, I'm just saying. Right? And normal, and I'm not saying it has to be, but it's just something I'm looking at. You know, and you came in from the bottom, there's a chance you dump easy. Tried to give it a bigger ideal, something like, you know, but no, it kind of came to this conclusion here. And, you know, just an idea. Just an idea. Let's get into the 15-minute. 15-minute wants to flip for you, take a bit of a move. Everyone's wondering what's happening for BTC. All right, I'm going to delete all this. I want to look at it fresh and do a little bit of a brainstorm. I have an idea, but I want to look at it fresh one more time. So zoom in with me. We're going to take off the moving averages for some time here. And one thing I want to make clear. One thing that I haven't heard a lot of other YouTubers talk about, right? Is there are spider lines of diagonal support. Okay. I haven't seen anyone talk about it yet. They probably have, but I don't watch barely any YouTubers. So in the last few days, I haven't watched any. I've been so focused on my own charts and what I do for my group. I don't really have the time, honestly, to watch other YouTubers. I really don't. Because if I start watching them, I won't be on point with my own analysis, and I won't be able to figure out what's going on. You know, by being in my own little zone, that's kind of how I usually figure things out. You know, okay. So I can match this. I always leave the wick off so we can match these. So interesting. Clear breakout. And we're still retesting this trend line. Like bounce, clearly. That's sometimes what's called a bump and run. And we could run nicely off of this. Something else I want to talk about here, all right, is this not our baby here? Let's double click. But I believe we're seeing our old friend. Does anyone else agree? Someone's like, what? What is it? Hidden bullish. Swing down to swing down, right, at these sectors, right? And let's zoom in here and really take a look. We could bring this down a little bit. But, you know, swing up to swing up, swing down to swing down. Even there, you could say it was there and it came up again. It came back down. But is it an overall bigger idea? Actually, no, there's the secondary one. Okay, I'll cancel that because it kind of hit right here. All right, I'll leave it alone. But it still resembles the idea of an upward trend and a downward trend. You know, you do have to skip that. I've never done that before. So that would be rare for me. So, no, I have to cancel the hidden bullish. However, it does resemble some of the ideals of hidden bullish divergence. Okay? What you're also doing here, though, is the wedge that we're talking about, right? and you kind of are hitting some resistance. Or did you? Yeah, you could say, you gotta kind of say you made a clean breakout right here, because if you don't, you have to make this clean. And to me, that's just, you can't do that. You gotta commit to the trend line. I've done that, you know. Everything, you gotta have a rule. Like, as long as you have rules and you stick to them, you'll be okay. If you start breaking rules, that's when things get messy. Okay. All right. So we got this covered now, right? You see the story I'm building? Second thing you want to do is you want to zoom out to like the 3-day chart. All right. Oops, sorry about that. You also want to take a look at the Fibonacci level that we're at. Okay. And you could take this pandemic low to the high that we went to here and see kind of where we're sitting. All right. And you can clearly see that we're right above the 618 fib now. At one point, we did wick down to what's called the golden pocket into the institutional support at 706. Shh, don't tell anybody. Keep that a secret between me and you. Okay. If you don't know what I said, I hope you didn't. And who did pick it up, I hope you did. Let's move on. I didn't say that. All right. Let's move on. Okay. Anyway, shout out to everybody here on the live. Let's, yeah. I used to have a dog. His dog was named Freddie. Freddie liked me. I liked Freddie. He was cool. Change the subject, you know. So let's take a look back at the one, at the 3-day here. Yeah, okay. Daily time frame. And so I always mark my support and resistance with all H because, you know, and you can see my yellow lines are going to mark the numbers like 48,149. We got 53,063. Okay. We got 37,370, which is funny. We got this strong zone here, and then we have these wicks, right? And then we have where we are, trying to perch and create a new low and kind of begin, you know, the story that we're going to actually move to the upside. All right. I just haven't done this. Like, I haven't like looked at it openly, but this is also possible. See? And we could just coil right up into this and make a nice dump to the downside. This could curl back up. We could hang out. And this could still dump on you. That's like the real measured move. 22K. Conservative measured move, base of the triangle. This is still completely on the table for me. Not saying it's possible, but I'm just showing you the possible measured moves. Again, when I make a measured move, it goes to 7K. And then it goes through the internet that I said Bitcoin's going to 7K. As funny as it was, and maybe it kind of was good because it, you know, any publicity is good publicity, they say. And, you know, it made some rifles because people had to. Did you hear that guy say 7K? I think his name was The Lifer. That guy has no idea what he's talking about. It made it all the way to Forrest and the Tokenmetrics team. I heard them being like, nah, you know. But I was just saying possibilities of going to 7K. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody here on the live. 452 people on the live, 267 likes. Can I get the likes up to the watchers? I would greatly appreciate it. That's all I'm going to say. We're going to keep moving on. I'm going to make sure I earn your like by just grinding. And you want to hit the like just by doing it. I appreciate that. So this is something I want you to keep in your back pocket. Take a snapshot of this. Just remember this, you know. Remember, we got to breach this area. So this resistance, bulls need to get back above 32,000, 100 really, to basically negate this pattern, begin a possible retest, and have this break to the upside, right? You know, so this is something that could be brewing. I haven't seen anybody draw this either, okay? So this is a new, and I haven't drawn this yet, so this is new for me. So I'm just starting to add. I start my projections early, and I start my chess moves early, so when the market maker starts flipping chess moves on the board, I can start jumping around and making my moves, right? And that's why I don't watch other YouTubers, because I'd rather be fresh in my zone, ready for my own interpretation, ready to jump on in, ready to see what I need to see, okay? We definitely have some support here. 29,000, that's we've been bouncing, and then kind of this one area here, 27,000, 28,000 area, and then these 1 level, 2 levels, okay? So I'm taking a picture of this for a second. I'm just going to set that in stone. BTC daily bearish possibility, you know. I'm not saying this is guaranteed. I have some data to back up that this is possible, though. Okay? I have some data to back up that this is possible because we've gone over the dollar index together. We've gone over the, you know, the US tether dominance. And we've looked at a lot of the inclinations that are telling us that there may be a big dump coming. And we went over this before. We've talked about it, right? And, you know, we're close to the bottom. I believe we're closer to the bottom than people think. Okay, that's I want people to realize. But are we at the bottom? I don't know. I continuously DCA, but I don't go all in. And if I'm wrong and we keep going up, I'll go all in at 35, at 37, or whatever it is. And even then, I'm not saying I will right now. I need some more confirmation even at that point. We could even get a fake out to that area and a big breakdown, you know? And honestly, I'm never going to go all in again. I did at one point in my life when I was young. I guess younger. I was 35, but I went all in. You know, it was 2016. And I put everything I had into Bitcoin and some altcoins and, you know, Cardano and XRP and some other things around very, very low prices. And it did pan out well for me, you know, but I don't tell everyone to go all in, you know, all right? I did, but I also believed that the banking system was horrible, and I was like, why keep my money in anything else? And I honestly didn't go all in because I got gold and silver. I bought gold and silver as well. So actually, I have to actually pull back. I'm so sorry. I misspoke. I accidentally said the wrong thing. Today, my wife accused my daughter of, like, you know, fibbing, and she said, no, I accidentally said the wrong thing. I was like, that is a very politician way of saying it. I was like, wow. Accidentally said the wrong thing, you know, happens to us all, you know. I didn't lie. I accidentally said the wrong thing. You know, it's just funny, you know. You had to give it to her. It was pretty slick, you know. Anyway, so, oh, it's funny, man. Kids are hilarious, man. So Bitcoin daily possibility here, but bearish daily possibility. So just keep this on the radar, all right? I'm going to get rid of this. We're going to work this out. But it's just something to think about, okay? So you can have it in your back pocket. Take a screenshot of that. Redraw it. Do whatever you got to do. Have that kind of brewing. All right. So this is the first time I drew this. All right? First time I ever drew something like this. Now, you also have a bit... yeah, I mean, no, okay, no, okay. I'm gonna say something else, but no. Now, remember, we have this large channel that we've been looking at, right? Very large channel, as opposed to even that smaller one, okay? All right. I love this song. Anyway, so bulls must hold 28,700, all right? Preferably 29.5, right? But that's the idea. Like, if the bulls give away this area, okay? And even if we stay bullish and you see a breakout, like, to me, we could just be doing one of these, like, to the top of this channel, hitting our resistance, which is the same area we wicked to, which would be previous bounces would be resistance, and then breaking back down into this area. All right, another bearish scenario. All right, and that could even include a breakout, rejection, fake out, break back in, and break down in. Okay, so I'm just trying to open your mind to some bearish possibilities. This could loop here, not do so much, and then to me, the daily really, they have to think about it. The daily hasn't been back down here since May 10th, and its time is coming. And you know, here, look, April 13th, March 15th. To February 21st, right? The 23rd. Like, it seems to come every month. The dump comes. And what's interesting, look, it seems to come at the end of the month. Isn't that funny? Look, let's go back to all the dumps and actually time them out. This will give us a bit of an insight. And this is why we come to this channel, because from all you guys watching, it pumps me up to find gems and to find interesting tactics. And this is how you really separate yourself from the herd. You do your own deep diving. You kind of like do your own data mining into the statistics of the charts, and you put together a storyline. And, you know, the less people that know your storyline, the better, technically, in a way, you know. I do broadcast my storyline. More people get to benefit from it. We're not a huge group, you know. But watch this. The idea is this. Let's just see when the dumps were. So this dump started on May 4th, all right? And we started to get a dump at the beginning of the month. Interesting, okay? This dump started on April 1st, and we begin to get a dump. Interesting, huh? So those two things coincide with the beginning of the month. This is March 2nd. Do you guys see a pattern here? I mean, dump really begins around here, May 3rd. This dump begins here, May 20, you know, March 28th to 30th into April 1st, you know. This dump here is March 1st and 2nd. This dump here is like February 8th and 9th, still towards that first week of the month. This dump kind of begins here, tries to retrace in January, but by by the 11th, 12th, we begin to dump on January, February, March. You could put it that way. Look, November 30th into December. Look at this. Dump on December 1st. I mean, pretty crazy. And look, here's November 1st right here. Here's January 1st. The dump begins so into the 31st and the 1st dumps. It never seems to make it through the month without a dump, you know, so far. You see? And it tends to like to dump near the 1st to the 11th at the most, but usually near the 1st, preferably. Look, when did this dump? Look, November 7th. The whole point of the story is never dumps on the 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th. That area, for whatever reason, never really dumps, you know, consistently near between the 31st and the 1st and the 3rd, actually. You know, how crazy is that? You see that? Let's go back in time again. You can check this. I mean, here, this dump. When does this dump happen right here? Look, September 30th. You know, we start to we have this brings August 31st, we pump up. And then by the September 6th, bang. It's like options expiring, you know, at the first of the month or like the last something of the month, and then boom. Pretty interesting. When does this dump begin? Look, the 6th, 7th of May. When does this dump begin here? April 13th, April 12th. When did that dump begin here? March 14th. When did this dump begin? February 19th, February 14th. When did this dump begin here? January. So there's not exact. It's a little off. But this one's been a little more right on, you know. So I'm just, you know, dump, sideways. What do you think's going to happen? I mean, we're miraculously going to get saved by the bulls? We could. Anything could happen. It's a falling wedge that breaks out 68% of the time. But we could hit one more time and break out 68% of the time. And that would bring us to a cool, calm, and collected 24,075, where I'll be buying up because I know that's an area I really want to kind of get some Bitcoin. I believe I'll put like $1,000 to a $2,000 order around this area. So I'll be super excited about it. I'll be buying some Bitcoin at 24K. If Bitcoin goes to 12,000, I'll only lose 50% on that buy. And then when it rips back up to 100,000, I'll 5X. So I'm not too stressed about it, right? Not too stressed about it at all. Still have a really guarantee, you know, not a guarantee, but still have a high probability for me. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, maybe not for you, but for me, what I truly believe in, have a high probability of getting at least, you know, a 4 to 5X out of that within 4 years. And that's 1X a year. I'll take that all day long to the bank. Yeah, it's not altcoin money, but also what I can do is I can trade that BTC while I'm waiting for BTC to acquire as well. And I can be gaining on it with altcoins. So while altcoins 5 and 10X, I can also be gaining and then stashing that back into Bitcoin. And then that also goes up in value. Key point here. I've been doing the old whiteboard lately. I don't know if you guys like the old whiteboard scenario here. But just really quick, a lot of people don't understand BTC pairs. I want you to understand what a BTC pair is. Super important what a BTC pair is. But you got Bitcoin pair. So you got Bobby, who has $10,000. You got Billy, who has $10,000. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is just a fun thing I'm talking about, fun example. I don't know who Bobby and Billy is. These are random people I'm making up, imaginative people. You know, they're not real. Anyway, so Bobby over here, goes and buys 10 grand of Bitcoin when Bitcoin's at 10 grand. And he gets himself 1 Bitcoin. Billy goes and gets himself USD Tether and 10,000. Okay. It's really great. Awesome. Now, Bobby swings Phantom with his 1 Bitcoin. All right. And Phantom does like it did. Remember, Phantom went from like 20 cents all the way to $3.50. Let's just say it went to $3. 15x, right? Because 5 in each buck, 15x. Bobby ends up with 15 Bitcoin, right? Awesome. Super awesome. Super excited for this guy, right? This guy ends up with 150,000. All right. They're both pretty awesome. All right. Now, Bitcoin also goes up during this time to 60,000. All right. This guy has 60,000, you know, he has now 600 grand. And then this guy has $900,000, right? I mean, like, yeah, 60,000 times 10, 600 grand. Another 5 is half that, 30 grand. This guy's got 900 grand, right? This guy still has 150,000. This guy was trading the BTC pairs in a bull market. You could even do it a different way. They both get hit, they both stop, and he ends up with the 15 Bitcoin. He doesn't even, you know, and this guy ends up with the 150,000. And they, you know, sadly both go into a coma for whatever reason for 5-10 years. This guy wakes up and Bitcoin's at $1 million. He's got 15 million in the bank. This guy wakes up, his 150,000 is probably worth 75,000 after all the money they print. Who do you want to be, Bobby or Billy? You tell me in the story. It's completely up to you. Who do you want to be, though? You know, who do you want to be? It's completely up to you. So let's go back into the nitty gritty of Bitcoin today at 29,000. Not really being able to get into that 30K region. Not really getting into the, not really getting up into its zone. You know. Who would you rather be, though, everybody? Comment in the section below. Let me know. Bob sounds like a Chad. You guys are funny, man. Belichick called it padding. His method of diagramming plays from opponents. I will skip the coma. You're funny, man. Shout out to Michael Hover. You're funny. Billy. I've been called Billy Mac Daddy. You're funny. Man, they going to run it up. Watch too many people trying to short. Looking for the top. These people play dirty game. Trust me. Bobby. Thank goodness it was illustrated or I'd be lost. Gina Bombina. Oh, Billy. Billy had $5 more. Oh, Billy. So, all right. Sideways action for Bitcoin. Resistance at 30,500 clearly. Right? And so this is our new range, this area that we're playing. Okay? And I just want to show you the idea is that like we're not even close out the water yet. And we could pump. And they could even fake this pump, which they probably will because they'll go get all these people. Think we break out. Hang out. Bart Simpson us. Do this bounce. And then, they'll make it fun. And we'll do the best we can to figure them out. We'll find a diamond, a pattern. What they don't realize is the TA sits inside of a geometric shaped universe. And I have the eye to see the math. And so no matter how much they manipulate all of us, I'm telling you right now, I can find a shape will prevail to us. And the shape will tell us the likelihood of which way they're going. And I know people don't believe that, but I'm telling you right now, the science works, man. The technical analysis works if you work it. All right? It works if you work it, so work it. You're worth it. Yeah. Remember, we had this symmetrical triangle drawn. We've been going over this idea too, right? Stay with me now. Stay with me. Okay, we've been holding the line. 4 hours suggests that we still have some momentum to the upside. However, at any moment, we could see a dump. And we're at heavy resistance right now. We really are. Okay, resistance, and the bounce. We're at that zone. We're just at that place. So 30K, really, I'll bring it up with the Wixar, 30,000. Resistance at 30,000. Psychological, it's also technical. If you ever want the price to go up, then sell your bags. Happens I know, right? May go lower. Let's go. Can't wait. I hope so. Manipulation is still human behavior. Can't be quantified. That's what you don't realize, though. The emotions of human behavior is spit back into the process because everyone's psychic, and the people that touch the charts have already conveyed their images to the vibrational theories of frequency, and those frequencies are picked up in their moves, which are then presented through the charts. So what you're saying is no. I actually disagree. Even I actually say what you're saying, yes, but I have a way of also saying, you know. But again, like, how sensitive are you to the key notion of time and space, and there's just more going on there. They got the short first, then tank. I've seen you on ATB a few times. Just started watching you a week ago. I've realized I've missed out. You're an amazing lifer. Thank you. Shout out to Cameron Mitchell. Hey, man, it's all good if you missed out. As long as you figured it out now, man. If you came to the channel, then you're what, everybody? If you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Crypto is life. Life, 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 life. Shout out to everybody here on a Saturday night, kicking it with the lifer. Thank you so much for jumping on in and being here. We go through the TA. We have fun, but it's Saturday night, everybody. Loosen up. You know, good afternoon to go for a walk. Good afternoon to get the legs about you. Be in nature. Realize we're in a beautiful place. Life is awesome, and it could always be worse. So cheers to each and every one of you. Thanks to my group. I opened up to my group today. I don't really feel like opening up right now. I usually do, but tonight I don't. It's really personal. But I did open up to my own trading group, and I just really want to say thank you so much for the love, for the prayers, for the camaraderie, and for the support. And I just want to let you know I'll be doing what I do every single day. But I love you all, and I thank you all, and I appreciate each and every one of you for being here and being here to support me, because, you know, I'm a human being. Like, I show up every day, and it's like the lifer. And then one day I realize it's like, man, today was a tough day in my life, and I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you that were there for me. And I still went through the charts. We still banged on them. We still went through some gains. We can talk about them in a second, and when we finish here with Bitcoin. But yeah, you know, just want to say thank you to each and every one of you who always supports me and always has my back emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and, you know, liferly, we should say. That's the new word, but it's liferly. You do it like a lifer, man. The true way to be a lifer is to support people in need, man. When you see your friend in need, a friend in need is a friend indeed, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to each and every one of you. I love you all, and I appreciate you. Love is the strongest frequency. I live in love every single day because it's the strongest way to live. It is the strongest frequency. It defeats all odds when you live in love, and that's why I do it, because when you live in love, you don't live in fear. And when you live in fear, you don't get anything done, and you can't accomplish your dreams because you're afraid they're not going to happen, so you don't do anything. And the devil wants you to live in fear, because you live in fear, then you don't express all of God's beautiful creation that he put in you. God wants you to dance. God wants you to sing. God wants everybody to see your greatness. That's what God wants, because God created you, of course. But the devil wants you to be, you know, in a hole somewhere, you know, basically addicted to, you know, to drugs, all messed up, low self-esteem, beating yourself up, self-hatred, you know, doing the wrong thing, you know, just being in the bad space. That's because then he can look at God and say, look at God, you made this beautiful creation, and I can easily mess it up. And look how messed up it is. And that's, so his whole thing is to try to like, hey God, look, you know, and I'm done. But you know what I'm saying? So by living in love, you begin the process of not living in fear, and you simply begin to beat the devil back at the very beginning stages of frequency. And I'm telling you, it's a frequency game, and it's all positioning yourself in the right place of vibrational energy so you cannot be attacked by the wrong frequencies. I know you think I'm out of my mind, but once you click into what I'm saying, I'm telling you, you will begin to channel in a different way. Your life will change. You won't see things the same, and you'll begin to have control of your subconscious energy. When you have control of your subconscious energy, you won't work for someone else ever again. You realize that you can create your own reality and live inside of it, and you don't have to live in anybody else's reality ever again for the rest of your life. There's just no reason. Okay, whether you use crypto, whether you paint, whether you do art class, whether you are a yoga teacher, whatever you do to fund your fancy and to keep yourself moving, as long as you're spreading your energy and you're creating love, I think it's an amazing thing. To me, I wanted to make sure I was teaching, spreading love, and, you know, as I went down a rabbit hole, I'd like to let other people know. The point of this channel is to save you time, to teach you a little bit more about time, life, and space. Sometimes I might go philosophical here and there, but I have a chart behind me at all times, okay? And a chartist, someone who's in the game, who believes that their charts will go well, who believes in themselves, who believes that if they get educated, they can learn, that person's going to go a lot farther than someone who doesn't. What if you what if you took a degree in, you know, as a doctor, and you were like, I'm going to do horrible, I'm never going to do that, I'm never going to be a doctor? You think you're going to make it through med school? But if you're like, I believe in God, life is great, God believes in me, I'm going to do this, then I'm going to help people for the rest of my life, I'm going to have a wonderful life. 20 years later, you look back and you're like, wow, I had such a positive belief system, and I went forward with my life, and things went great. It's just like, it's just an interesting concept. Okay. Anyway, can you break to the upside? There's an idea here. The 1 hour wants to dump on you. All right. Generally, when I see the 1 hour doing this fancy stuff, I'm out. Okay. Specifically with some bullish, some bullish divergence here. All right. Kind of a hidden bullish, because you have swing up to swing up. You have like and it's more of a flatter swing. It's not, it's actually, yeah, it's bearish divergence, man. Bearish divergence. Swing up to swing up, swing down to swing down. That's bearish divergence right there. You're basically at the top of the channel, basically, you see what I'm saying? You're at the top of this channel. I guess we could even make it like one ping here. I guess I'm still deciding whether you're at the top of the channel or you broke out. Either way, you're at a resistance point. You see? You're at resistance. Rising wedges break down 68% of the time. You're not inside of the wedge completely yet. You're the man, lifer. Keep spreading that light and that love, brother. Shout out to Hippy Dippy Crypto. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I appreciate each and every one of you for being a part of the live and being a part of the life. Having a wonderful time with the lifer. Thank you for being here. I learned that the end of the day is all about freedom. Working for someone is literally modern day slavery. Any way you slice it. Shout out to Benia 420. Shout out to Bison 9. Shout out to Mark Whitfield. Shout out to Renair. Shout out to Gina. Shout out to all my awesome people here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Shout out to 21 Minutes. You definitely know what you're talking about. Great work. Shout out to my man, 21 Minutes. Please look at the weekly chart. It printed an inverted hammer candlestick, which is a reverse trend. Bullish. Renarities Jordan in the chat house. In the chart house, yes. Much love. I see you, Danny. What's the word? Chemistry. 1 hour chart on Bitcoin. Hidden bearish diversion. Brewing. Yep, that's what I'm seeing. Oh yeah, if this keeps moving up and you swing this down, see what he's saying? The RSI will keep swinging up. This guy's on point, whoever just said that. Price will swing up too, but then you're going to have swing down to swing down, and you're going to have swing up to swing up, and you're going to have hidden bearish divergence as well. Also, what we could be seeing is could even almost omit the channel. I do this a lot, like I omit the head, when I'm being brainstormy. Like such. Also, you get 4 touches there by omitting that one. You get 1, 2, 3, kind of 4. $15-minute is pinned, then it's, it's getting pinned. It's interesting. See that? And see, the chart's going to be a little different when you use the smaller time frames. We take that off there. Coming down to and getting a bounce. Say you go sideways, 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 and then you kind of make a sideways BART and drop to the downside. Once you hit this resistance one more time at this area, come back down, And we could be seeing something like this. Honestly, we could omit the head completely of the channel. Got to be creative when you draw, in my humble opinion. You got to have some different ideals. I do commit to one at one point when I make my trade, right? But so here you're looking at this. And I'm saying, I know it may not be perfectly orthodox, but last night we called the short, right? We called this short with the diamond up here that night. We called this bounce out of the mini cup and handle. We called the bounce out of this mini cup and handle. We had the exact target of both places. We showed you this to be true. They could even confirm it in Frankie Candle's room, because I posted it in the Candle's room at the Candle Mafia team. So Candle Mafia could even confirm that my cup and handles confirmed that this was the actual target. It was also psychological resistance at $30,000. You didn't even have to see the actual target value, because that's just where the line said it was going to go. All right. You get this line from here. If you do break out, you're going to get back right to this resistance point at 30,000 again. Same, 30,300 area. All right. So all eyes when we get to this resistance here, kind of this trend line, It's not set in stone yet, because it could be here or there. To me, it does have this trajectory to it, though. When we match it with this sharp line, and that kind of gives it its angle, right? 15-minute wants to bounce, so 15-minute could even go sideways one more time, do all this nonsense, you know, even fake out, breakout. And the 1 hour takes over, and then we have our dump to the downside. Rising wedge, 68% chance of a break to the downside. I'm going to stick to this. This is my idea for Bitcoin for the night. We're going to end up somewhere down around this area. Look out for a bounce here or a bounce to this area. And that's my setup, and I'm sticking to it. I could be 100% wrong. Bitcoin might pump into the night, and anything is possible. He said there's a lot of shorts sticking up. Anything is possible. 68% chance, and they might pump up here first, then break us down. Get all the shorts right up in here, liquidate, and then go for the longs that thought they got in on the breakout, and then trump us down. So that could also be a possibility. All right, something to think about in the long run, right? An idea here. Remember, I broke this down at the last second before. Chance that this is somewhat of a diamond pattern, you know, kind of forming here. And if it came in from the bottom, it could break up and break down, you know. Let me format it here, but or if it came in here from the bottom, it could break up, break down, you know. Just something to think about. Bit of a diamond pattern in there. It is in there, you know. So that's what I'm seeing for today. Sideways action to the upside, possibly on the 15, because you got low stochastics as you move on out, right? Look, but even now, look, you got bearish divergence. Look at this. Swing down to swing down, swing up to swing up. I mean, you're running out of steam. Highly likely a short is in play. Another reason a short is in play is you want to juxtapose price and volume, and you want to start seeing what that's doing. So right here, look, price is moving up, but volume's moving down, all right, in general. It's not a good sign. It means you're losing volume while you're moving to the upside. That's a divergence. It means the people that want to buy are going down. And if you got the people that are buying are losing, and yes, you're getting this tiny little divergence here, fine. You could say falling volume with falling price here, suggesting on a low liquidity Saturday night that you will get this little bounce. And that's what the 15-minute is saying. And now I'm also suggesting that. So, you know, but overall trend of volume is to the downside. And even if that does its thing, to me, you're still trending down while you're trending up in price. I can show you when that happened again and show you exactly what happened. Here you were trending up while you were trending down in price. And right there, right here you got a massive reversal down. And I don't show this all the time, but right there you got the dump. Then you continued to trend up again while you trended down in volume, right? So the buyers were losing steam while you tried to plow up. And when you match this angle and this angle together, you get a divergence in price action and volume. When you see that, you must heed it. It's something you must be paying attention to. Also, I know this is going to blow your mind. All right? Funny, but like you get these like kind of cups in here, but they react oppositely, all right? Because they're going to be sell volume on the handle. See, cup and handle. And when this pops, that's the sell volume to the downside. See? Cup, you know, just, but there's an upward handle. The dump is on the upside. The pump should be to the downside. So when we get the dump, see, you flip to the upside. It's just interesting. All right. Mind blown. Let's move on. So more likely we're going to the downside based on these common sense behaviors. Okay. All right. So the lifer has spoken. A short is in the air. Let's take a look at Bitcoin 3S and take a look at what we could take advantage of in the market tonight or into tomorrow. All right. This has been making an ascending triangle. Last night we were up here. I said we were probably going to come back down to this actual support zone. I'm not a psychic. I don't know how exactly it happened, but it played out pretty much as I suggested. I have this circle here waiting for me. You can just move it a little to the side and move this to the side here. But, you got to kind of. Thank you. Hey, I appreciate it. All right. It was just one night. I'll do it. Wait till I do it tomorrow, huh? Give me 3 nights in a row, huh? Let me get the hat trick. Then you can throw your head into the ice, and I can say, hey, papa, bing bong, bada bing. Shout out to Bob Mettery making jokes in the house. So let's take a look at this here. All right. Shout out to Ray. If you're out there, Ray, I love you, man. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're having a good time. Hope you're cuddling up. Hope you're getting excited for tomorrow night. And the Celtics for Game 2 against the Golden State Warriors. Can Marcus Smart and the Celtics, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and the beautiful work of Derek White, can they take on Stephen Curry, right? Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors. The challenge is on for the Celtics. Lifer, I'm a Wisconsin sports guy, but you got me peeking these dang Celtics. Yo, they're looking good, man. How about cake? Algo gonna pop off 2030. Get your bags ready. Wow. I got bags of Algo. Thank you for telling me. I'm gonna keep stacking it. Thanks, man, for that. I'm nah. I don't listen to anybody, but I've done my research. The guy who created Algo created zero fault tolerance, I believe, right? And he's like the creator of cryptography and one of the smartest men in the world. I think it would be smart to own a little Algo. I don't know about you. I don't know about yous over here, but I think it'd be a little smart to own a little bit of the Algos, eh? You tell me, eh? You tell me a little something about that, eh? I own a little Algo, you own a little Algo, we both, I scratch your back, you scratch mine over here, eh? A little something about owning some Algorans. Some funky, bunky, chunky stuff over here. This guy acts like a... No. Anyway, you got a little bit of slight hidden bullish divergence because that is an uptrend, but slightly up. It's really just not that sharp. That's a sharper uptrend. It's like Class C, hidden bullish. You got something brewing, though. Possibility that this is a move to the upside. Again, like my man said, they might have everybody short, and you might get crushed first on a stop hunt. Low liquidity Saturday night. Could also step out and there's no need to trade. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I'm doing and saying here should be taken as financial advice. I personally just, like I'm talking to myself, Sam, you don't have to trade tonight. You don't have to force it just because you're live streaming. You don't have to look like a big shot and put it in short in front of everybody just because you want to be cool. You don't have to do it, Sam. You don't have to do it. You can step out. It's a low liquidity Saturday night, Sam. You can look for an altcoin that looks scrumptious. You don't have to short Bitcoin. We'll see. But from my analysis now and from what I'm looking at by volume and some other accounts, looks like we may have a bit of a move here to the downside for Bitcoin. Watch that TA, yay, Soprano calling out the Algorans. The best is yet to come in Bitcoin. Won't it be fun? It will be, man. Don't worry, weak codes. You weak coots, you're going to be all right. I think. Yikes. No, I don't know, I can't tell you what to do. I believe I'm going to be all right. You got to believe in yourself and what you do. Yeah, but the pattern looked juicy. Good stop loss and send it. Shout out to Bosin9. That's what I'm saying. Put a stop loss and send it. It is what it is, Get 36 off the 9. 288%. That's going to work for me with a little bit of a double stop loss there for action. Squiggling to the downside on the stochastics. Got to get a punch up. Same thing here on the RSI. Bit of a flag here. Bull flag, dude. Bang. So just something to think about. Shorting le maquette. Let's take a look at Sol 3S, which will continue to tumble down. If Bitcoin continues to tumble down, you're just going to get a little more gains. If you took this chart, this trade, we put it in the cup and handle here. See this? And no BS. We posted it around, May 31st area. And this is now up 107%. The possibilities were going up 130. But boom. The cup and handle. Lo and behold. All right? Lo and behold, the cup and hande would explode for 100% gains. Look at that. And if you just took the conservative cup and handle, that's exactly where it went. I probably went way too long with this one. And normally if it has a middle part, it's right next to it. This one's a little different. If you just took that ABC, yes, ABC Elliott wave correction to the upside there, 105% gains for Solana. Unbelievable. Shorting it. That's if you were shorting it. Had a lot of, issues, got shut down, but Solana for 100% gains. We were buying right here. Solana for 108% gains, shorting the market for Solana 3S. Talked about it on Around the Blockchain, even brought it up. Pretty outrageous, pretty insane, pretty intense. Again, do these cup and handles tell us before that these big blockchains are going to have big issues? Because Luna was also in a cup and handle on the 1st of May, 2nd of May. And we had that out there. And then the Luna chain would completely collapse and crumble. Solana would be in a cup and handle right here. Have some issues, but then we would have more system errors. And this short would continue to play out to the upside. All right. So how? I say, show me the charts and I'll show you the news. This is something strange and uncanny that I don't, you tell me how we were able to do this in my trading style, in my trading group. How are we able to find these gems and these moves? Right? Then we found this cup and this handle and we played even that, and that hit the target perfectly. That's exactly where to get out. And you'd be like, how, but why? And like, I could delete this for you and show you what I mean. You could, we looked at this and we were like, well, I mean, I play the cup and handle. I play these deep troughs with the side angle. Bang, 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 like the Star Spangled. And, you know, take your move here with your length of your pole, right? And, like, that's magic in the making right there for gains. Like, I posted this and we hit again for gains. We've been posting Solana 3L for the last 2-3 days. Like, if anyone didn't hit for gains, I mean, you know, it's, you got to do whatever makes you happy. It's got to fit your trading style. But, wow, we've been all over this and posting it for massive gains, right? Yeah. 6-2 right there. We posted it here in the Discord. And this would hit exactly for that 24, 20, you know, 37 even. Yeah, I mean, I think it went to 24, but this thing would just continue to break, you know. And look, you had swing up to swing up, swing down to swing down. You had hidden bullish divergence. It was perfectly Elon. We even pulled the Fibonacci. Is that like a 618 right there? Movement on the stochastics, MACD lacking bearish momentum, falling volume with, you know, in a slight downtrend, price too, showing the sellers are lacking, movement into the strong, you know, and then bang, bang, and that's how you make money. 21-day moving average and tight moving averages, which I teach. My students are well equipped with so many different strategies to make money. They also know the pattern, a falling wedge that breaks up 68% of the time. They also know the measured move. They also know the support and resistance. They also know their risk-reward ratios. They know where to put their stop loss based on the support and resistance. My students become well-equipped traders. I've seen it so many times. Join my Discord for $99 a month. It'll blow your mind. You won't be around a more progressive group of people fighting their way around the charts every single day. I'm telling you right now, I do Bitcoin updates throughout the day. I've been up since early bird style. We were doing our own thing in the group, breaking it down. I do Bitcoin updates throughout the day. There's one at 3:35 p.m., breaking it down. Here's other charts. We're talking about all sorts of different things I want to show you, but, you know, you can join the learning library, which has a plethora of information. Charts I'm giving you, things that people make you pay for. They make you pay thousands of dollars. A support and resistance boot camp that'll blow your mind. 45 minutes of complete support and resistance. How to play the rising wedge, but in certain areas at certain times. That could actually change the way you look at it. More information, you know, and just bear traps. All, you know, all this stuff, you know, how to play these. Oh my God, there's so much information. Jump on into the learning library, and then you can also jump on in here and just do whatever you want. All right. What's the difference? How can you tell between the rising wedge? Interesting. Learning library. What's the difference? And then also here, you have TA questions and answers. And people just helping people in the learning library in ways you just would not believe. It's pretty interesting. So for today, yeah, for $99 a month, or for $270 paying cryptocurrency, it'll blow your mind. It'll blow your mind. For instance, we looked at XHV Haven earlier today. We also looked at this. This thing is still up, trying to make a bit of a move. But again, Solana 3S to the upside. And this is the one day we don't have to look at the Dow Jones, and we don't have to look at the futures because they're not open tomorrow. Mind blown. We're always scanning the radar. The sun never sets in the crypto lifer empire. Never, baby. Bro, that's one I didn't know about. Yep. Also, like, I make mistakes every day. I made a huge mistake today. I have to be honest with everybody. You know, stressed out, going through some in and outs, but I made a mistake. I did. You know, I was talking with my elite traders. We had a meeting this morning. And we were talking about all sorts of different stuff. And I was just drawing random stuff, you know. And ERSDL, I was like, oh, that pumped hard earlier yesterday. And I'm sitting there by myself with them talking. No lies, true story. True story. This makes me want to, like. And I sit there and I'm just talking with them and I'm drawing this. And I'm like, wow, look at that. And I'm like, it's even at like the 0.5 fib, which is interesting. I'm like, that could bounce. And as again, there's kind of slight bullish divergence a little bit. Not really, but a little bit. You know, the 50-minute, I might have had it, actually. Yeah, the 15-minute had hidden bullish divergence. See, swing up to swing up. And I was like, that could pop. I remember saying this to them. I forgot to post it to the group. I swear to my life. I don't know if anyone else did, but I don't think anyone else did. Let me take a look. ERSDL. I pray that I did, but I don't think I did. And you're like, you didn't. You're so full of it. You know? It was last night before I went to bed. Whatever. I was looking at this and I did post this. You know, it's crazy. I didn't post it, though, for whatever reason. First time in a long time. I usually never even would say it. I just wouldn't say anything to anybody. But I just couldn't believe what it did, you know? Thing would just blast for like 100% gains. Pretty 200% actually. It's actually still like got some like right. It's still up there. It could move even more. It's crazy. Spent 1 hour coming down, but like I don't know. I won't chase that. But just something, you know, pure insanity. And there's still money to be made in this market. We took XHV, which wasn't for that many gains. Still took it. I'm still proud to get gains on a Saturday. You know. And it broke out for a nice look. In total, up to the wickage, 26.66. And it's still holding right now a 10% gain from entry right there to the upside. So shout out to anyone that jumped into XHV and took it for gains for 27.78%. And you'd be like, where? What do you mean? Well, if you're in the trading group this morning or today, yeah, at 4:29 p.m. Oh, no, when did I post it? Let's see. This morning here at 11:34 a.m. Here's your before. Bam. On the 15. You swing into the charts right now and take a look at this. Swing back into that 15. See what I was looking at. Why. Show you what I was seeing. What made me believe. Saw this movement here on the stochastic that it could kind of rev up. See that? Even though it was unlikely, I saw it could rev up. Also, what I was seeing here is this was playing with this line and it was attempting to get above. And once it did, see that? My buddy, that's the Kevin Calderon. This breached the yellow line. Now, it breached back on, but it got above again, and it kept kind of, you know. But I even took this as a signal there once it breached above the dotted line. Something to think about, all right? It also did have, like, the beginnings of hidden bullish because even this is just, like, a long trend, and it's, like, a flatter one. And if you take this, it's to the upside. You know, overall, you see, it's like they don't match at all. That's hidden bullish divergence. And even in a hidden ugly way, you'd have to like know your charts a lot more to see that. Okay. Watch what I'm going to do right now. I see something that I didn't see before. Check it out. So that played out, right, for 27. Actually, let me put the before and afters. Shout out to each and every one of you for jumping on in. I appreciate you all. Let me jump on into the chats. I see a $20 super chat from JB. Hey, Sam. Just getting on. You don't look too hot. I appreciate you. I don't look too hot, really? I feel hot, man. Shout out to each and every. I feel sexy, man. Damn. Damn. JB, I don't look too hot. Hey, well, here's to you, man, and yours. I feel spicy right now. I feel like I can walk into any room. I feel awesome, man. Shout out to each and every one of you. Thank you for the $20 super chat to make me feel bad about myself. See, Aries, we don't like any. Aries are very proud beings. All right. Got to be careful. We're very sensitive beings too. And Aries is like a ram, like an animal, like a farm animal a little bit, you know. No, I'm just messing around. Fortitude Lifer fan watching it from around the world. Thank you for the 371 Lifer likes. Thank you so much. You get 99% back after you become the Lifer student. You probably do. Lifer is the true David Goggins of charting. Thank you for saying that. David Goggins. Peep the 90,000 D moving average on the Coinbase Bitcoin USD pandemic MA. Fits into the exact zone of the cost of one Bitcoin's electricity cost. Thoughts? The fear at 15 to 16K. I believe we could go down there, Jimmy Phillips. I appreciate that. I don't know if I can entertain that theory, but it sounds awesome. Super chat GST, please also check Pro on Coinbase. GST, please also check Pro on Coinbase. Super chats AMP and GST. We'll take a look at that as well. AMP and GST. All right. Let me do a before and after. A lot of these. It's like my job's over here. Bang. XHV banging on. 27% gains is pretty nice on a Saturday afternoon. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you over here. I'm telling you over here. Bang. And it's still up 10% too, so it's not like it gave it all back, which is pretty nice, you know. And that was today, everybody. That happened today in the trading group on a Saturday. I work very hard. Scan the markets like you wouldn't believe. Still have trades pumping and other things that we're looking at. Have our own indicator that we're working on, back testing and showing theories. Have so many things going on. Bitcoin does look bullish in the 6 hour. Something that we talked about. Remember, I put $500 in the 6 hour just to see what would happen. It so far is kind of moving to the upside, right? But we put it when we were like right around here. So then we lipped and came back. So we're like still slightly down on that. But I'd never traded the 6 hour before. I just wanted to see if I got in on the low, got out at the highs, what would happen. See, like we're getting kind of extended on the 6 hour, but we'll see. I have to look at my own indicator too as well. This also isn't Bitcoin, so it doesn't matter, you know. Playing with that rejection at 29,695. Playing with the 1 hour, getting very uptight. 15-minute does want to bounce on you. Likely you would get a bounce back to 29,850. So I'll be looking for that in the next half an hour to an hour. Doesn't mean it's guaranteed, but something that could be happening. Or we could continue to the downside through the low versions there. Anything could happen, so be careful. Okay, someone's asking about AMP. Let's take a look at AMP. You don't look too hot. Yikes. What days do you like to trade? It all depends, man. But I believe Wednesday is the best day to trade. You should take your trading group into the Kronos chain. There are many microcap projects developing there. And if you have enough traders, easily can 20 to 50% a day in volatility trading. Told you it was resetting. AMP in general as a coin is so tempting to DCA. Yeah, I'm just not going to... I'm going to act like Chad never said that. I don't like stuff like that, man. He sent in a super chat. Got that too, LOL. AMP in general is a coin so tempting to DCA. Is there really a difference in hidden div and regular div other than they never really noticed a difference? I mean, no, they should both play out. You're beautiful, Sam. Thank you, Gina. You're beautiful too. I love you. Thank you so much for saying that. I appreciate that. It's so nice. That's like a really nice thing to say to somebody, you know? Yeah, amazing. AMP has some room here on the 1 hour, getting tight. It could break the trend and get out of here. Measured move would be the whole length of this back end here. Then you just put it in position and swing it the way it should swing out, you know. Try not to manipulate the length if you can. And bang, bang, bang. First set of resistance, second set. Third set could be the move here. So something to look at. When I see a coin like Luna 2, what it just did, it's usually a precursor to the whole market. Point to whoever hurt you, Sam. You're funny, Gina. It was him over there. You're the man lifer. You're on fire as always, Sam. Shout out to Wayne Mustafa. We love you, man. Production for the people. How likely is Bitcoin going to hit 20K? AMP is definitely a coin. I don't know about for the DCA, though. I'm not into AMP that much at all. I don't think I'm touching it. But you never know. I mean, good for the people that do like it. You're the man. Shout out to Vincent Mark. You're the man, dude. Appreciate you. Super chat. GST. Please also check Pro on Coinbase. Is that B Pro? Or we'll take a look at Pro, though. So AMP could make a move here. Let's take a look at the 4 hour. That's going to kind of determine a little more. Getting a little overbought here. And you're not getting a higher high. So now, look, I changed my whole tune when I look at this on the 4 hour. Actually, delete that work. And I can see this trend line forming. All right. And now we have a bit of a falling wedge. All right. Now, this could break up, but right now, it says you got more downside coming for AMP. All right. So before you even get a bit, oh, sorry. Come on. Before you even get a move here to the upside for AMP, right? Back to resistance too, which is uncanny. It says you're going to kind of come on down here and get rejected. And you're also going to get rejected here too. So something to think about, you know, are you going to make a double bottom? You better pray your sweet pantyhose that you do. Can I say that out loud? But you better bet your sweet pantyhose that this is even a big double bottom here that we just drew and you're on your way out. That will be a beautiful move for AMP if it can make a move to the upside here after the 4 hour resets. Take a look at the daily. You're talking something could happen here if you get some pressure. You are bending, but you're in a hot spot for AMP for sure. Maybe it's this giant double bottom that's forming on. You go even lower. Okay, either way, you better pray that one of these double bottoms that we just threw of the 3 plays out for AMP and you get pushed to the upside, or AMP could even make a lower low and close candles down into these regions. It can always get worse. Remember that. That's something I wouldn't want to trade. It's scary. Let's take a look at Pro USD on Coinbase, on next week on Coinbase. They charge you an extra $5 on the actual price and then don't even give you the actual price. Coinbase. And I still keep funds there. Why? Why? So it's poking out of this estranged descending triangle. Definitely a descending triangle. No two ways about it, okay? But again, there are bilateral patterns that could break out 68, they could break up 32% of the time. Most of the time, they will not. Funny, this is moving right now in action. Daily candle getting big for Pro, all right? It's very close to resistance and has momentum, which to me means that it can break through resistance and get some legs here. Let's take a swing to the 4-hour. Where are we? It has legs, baby. That was a 4-hour move, probably pushing by the 1 hour. Yeah, 1 hour had that move. Buying the bottom of the pattern, that's where I enter. Stochastics, low movement there. Bang, bang, bang. Near the bottom of the pattern. If you redrew it a little neater there on the 1 hour time frame, you get off of that draw mode. Bit of a double bottom. It just hit the measured move of the double bottom. How would you get that? You would swing from the mid-range to the center, to one of the, middle of the W, the bottom of the W's there, the apex of the W's. Swing that to your middle section. Oh, you still have a little more back to resistance here at about the level of 124. Looking for a gain. Wow, it's still pumping. Look at that thing. I love green candles. Let's take a look at that thing doing damage. Someone is just like wants me to see this live. Like, look at the massive move here for Pro on Coinbase. We're seeing a massive pump here live. Bang, bang, bang. Thank you to the upside. Wow, wow, wow. Alpha Finance has been on my radar. And Alpine. Let's take a look at Alpine. Did Alpine get any love yet? Alpine. On KuCoin. Alpine Finance. This is why I'm looking at it. Look at this. I mean, I'm giving you a quick little gem here. Shoulder, head, and shoulder. Pump it to the upside. Possible move to 34% gains. Oh, what is that down there? Oh, get out of here, little mom. There you go. Anyway, shout out to each and every one. Look at this, just giving you a little gem, something to remind you that 1 hour does want to flip to the upside. Alpine. And these coins could do whatever they want. You could even, the Bitcoin short play out, Alpine Finance still slammed to the upside. And there's some coins I watch. Sometimes it goes sideways and I just get out of the trade. It's just not worth waiting. Hits like a week later, it is what it is. Sometimes, and I don't mind trades that go sideways. As long as I don't lose money, I really don't care. Took a shot. I mean, you took a shot. You didn't have to lose to take a shot. I sold all of my Elon when I saw this inverted cup and handle. You see that? And we called this, when I called this cup and handle for Elon? Right around here. This is when I decided it may make a cup and handle and dump. Pretty crazy. I wonder if I have it anywhere. I don't think I ever posted it. It's definitely been online before, though. Yeah, dump, man. Funny. But that could go lower as a bear flag, even, see, And we're gonna play that into action here. Look how well it respected. I just left this and walked away and never looked at it again. I just kind of drew this out of nowhere, and it's insane how it's respecting it almost to a T. It's pretty outrageous. You flip this upside down, you got your cup and handle, and people say, oh, but it doesn't play out. I'm like, but how do I do it then day in and day out? Sammy, cup and hattie to the upside. I don't know. You tell me. Calling card, game, whatever you want to do, branding, it's great branding. It's fun. But and someday, there's a couple times I don't think I've said it on the live, but for the most part, I see what it is, man. I see what it is. Could Ape bounce. It's getting super tight in the apex of this range. 1 hour time frame, getting very tight. I believe it will follow Bitcoin's antics, whatever happens, but getting very, very tight. You know, I'm even going to delete my old work. We'll try to take a look at this. Is there something going on here for AMP? Is there for Ape? Is there a move? Wow, it's really just in this nasty zone on the daily. I mean, these are descending triangles. These are bearish. 87 cents, really? $1? We could see bearish time for this whole market, and a new coin like Ape will have no staying power. It was too fun and too speculative, you know? Remember, we called that $27, $20, $30, $24 Ape before almost anyone did, man. We had a good run on it. Anyone that ran in. I took it from 7 to 11, you know, 11 to 15, 12 to 16. Just played some swings and forgot about it once it went to, like, you know, 18, 21, and, you know, 4 or 5 times. 8, baby. Freaking 8. Take a look at DYDX. This little decentralized exchange supposed to do damage. Let's look at GST. GST. Huobi Global. It's also green Satoshi token. Someone keeps asking me about this thing. I keep saying it's in the dumps, man. You get stuck in a trade on this, or you really want to trade this? What's going on? Why are you obsessed with this nonsense coin? Horrible. Look at it. I suggested it was probably going to dump to the downside. So far, it's almost halfway to the target that I suggested it would make. Yeah, it came up here and got rejected. But look, 200-day moving average. You got to get above it to be even somewhat bullish. On the 15, you can't even make it above it. On a small time frame, you're rejected by the 200. There's no way you're going to get, you can swim in that. It's insane. Okay. Sol 3L making an M could dump a little bit. Give you more downside, which means Solana may continue to dump. You see how you can start putting together a bit of a story? Here's something that might crack for us. Kind of has the bit of the storyline, you know. This mini little zone has a little bit of hidden bullish in a way. This coin been hot. It been hot, yo. It been hot. That's your more, you know, you have a conservative profit taking target. And then you have, you know, the dream that everybody wants to make it to the upside. Look, shoulder head and a bit of a shoulder. You did breach. You're coming back and hitting the same neckline, kind of like Bitcoin's doing a little bit. Yeah, I got to get back to XHV. I was about to show you guys something with that. I just remembered that. My mom was like, yo, you were about to show something, because I seen something that tripped the memory. It might even just pattern trade back to the upside here and get rejected by the top of this trend line. You see this, what's forming? Anywho, it looks like there may be some scrumptious little moves here. Trying to see if it's even worth that gain. If you get hit by resistance at 3%, no. Just something to think on the radar. Watch this thing bang for 100% in the next 2 hours, like these other random coins. This coin can do it. I've seen it happen. That's the thing. I've seen this coin do outrageous moves before, so that's why I'm always weary. Like, could it do it? You never know, you know. 1 hour's a little overbought. It would be a quick 15-minute scalp. Yeah, I'd leave it alone. A little too high risk for me, personally. Again, no one asked me about that. I'm just looking at random coins now, having some fun, having my way with them, you know. This thing's getting dumped hard, Dago. Usually it's when you want to like start to look at something when it's getting dumped. 4 hours in the horizon wedge. Looks like Bitcoin could be dumping because you're seeing a lot of dumpage. Let's take a look. Yep. 4 hour at least. 15-minute. Yep. So remember we were looking here. This trend line has to hold. 15-minute needs to bounce. Likely to do that. Okay. So let's get rid of my moving average. Let's clear this away for the beginners so they can really see. Saturday night, want you guys to just kind of take a look at what's going on here. Also, you know, today I found out that my dad has a weak heart, all right? Like, he told me on the phone for the first time ever, and that he's on heart thinners. I thought I wouldn't say anything about it, but there's a reason why I'm just a little, like, you know, just going through the motions, you know? Worried about my dad, and his feet are swollen because, you know, he has that edema because, you know, his heart can't pump his blood well enough. My mom said his left ventricle is stiff. All right, and it doesn't pump as well because it gets stiff over time from old age too, you know. That's what they're saying. So just my dad, first time I ever heard that my dad might have some heart issues, and you know, leading cause of death in America is heart disease. And so it just, I love my dad so much. He did so much for me in my life. He was there for me every time I needed him, no matter what. And honestly, he was there for me in ways I didn't even realize now when I look back. Like when I thought he was being hard on me, or when I thought he wasn't being there for me, I realized sometimes, you know, it was my own fault. It was my own stubbornness. It was my own immaturity. And I see my dad in such a different light now as I've matured as a man, and I have my own children. And I'm going to be 40 years old, and it's strange, man. I still remember. I'm a guy who will always be the kid that you remember. I feel like I always have this youthfulness to me. I'll always be that kid that you know, if you met me when I was 15 or 16, you know, young, vibrant. I was a skateboarder. I'd meet my kids, my friends. I played hockey. I love football outside. Like, I played football too. I played soccer, hockey, football. I didn't play baseball. And I played basketball, but in summer leagues, you know, never really in like school or anything. And I love basketball too, man. I love playing. I love using my body. I love running, using my body. Aries, if you know anything about an Aries person, mostly, we love using our bodies. We love running around, walking, talking. I still get a kick out of just taking a walk. I don't know what it is. Just, I'm fascinated by the existence that I live in. I'm fascinated by just going on and looking at trees. I like looking at grass. I like looking at flowers. I love life. Where is this coming from? I'm just thinking about all the things my dad gave me. Like, you know, he used to walk with me. He used to take me on bike rides. He used to tell me how beautiful things were. He used to always point out the architecture. He used to always tell me, you know, so he lives with me forever. I love my dad. He's not gone, right? But like, I just love my dad so much, and my mom too. My parents just went through a hard couple days, and I just love my parents with all my heart and soul. And you know, they're getting into their 70s. They're old. They're getting, you know, they're getting old. I'm getting to my 40s. They had me when they were in their mid 30s. So like, you know, I'm starting to go through in life. Some of you have probably already gone through it, but it just is. It reminds you how precious time is in this world. And everyone thinks you have tomorrow, and everyone thinks you can do whatever you want. And that's why I teach people on this channel, and that's why I made this channel, because I may not be here tomorrow, even myself. There's no guarantee. I could be anywhere, or you could be anywhere, or we could both be anywhere. Like, what we have right now is the present time, and this moment in time. Like, Erica came to my channel, and now I think about you, and I'm reminded by you. But like, the present moment is all we have. Call a loved one. I was saying, if something's wrong and you have like a relationship you haven't mended, call a loved one. It's so important. It's so important that you call a loved one, you know, and mend that relationship. Be the bigger person. If your brother and sister hasn't called you in years, pick up the phone and just say, hey, I don't know what's been going on, but I thought about you tonight, and I want you to know I love you. And that's all. Like, and even if they can't handle it, even if they don't know what to say, like, begin the dialogue. Begin to reach out. Be the bigger person in any situation. You'll love it in the end. You'll never regret it. Remember, we don't have that much time on this earth. People think it's so long. It is not that long. It goes by faster than you realize. You'll be 70 years old, and you'll be looking back on your life, and it'll feel just like today when you're 30, 25. Any of you here watching this channel, take the brass ring. Go after what you want. This is like a Matrix video game of some type. Like, bust out of the subconscious map that they've made for you. Create your own reality. Live in your dreams. Gravitate towards people that live in their dreams. Ask them how they got there. Write it down. Go online. Find people online. Write books. Read books. Enjoy yourself. And learn to love. And live in love. And love every moment that you're in. Because you don't know when it will be taken from you. You know, I'm going to break your hearts right now. Are you ready? I'm going to drop a bomb on all of you. I'm going to drop a bomb on everyone here and break your hearts completely. Completely. You know, I was with my wife, and I was kind of like, you know, I shed a few tears with my dad, and I was like, you know, I've never had to worry so much about my parents in my life. Like, they've been healthy, they've been good, everything's been going well. And, you know, her dad has passed, and she's like, I'd do anything to get a phone call to worry about my dad. You know, like, my mom was going through something, and she said, I'd do anything to go get a phone call about what your mom's going through about my dad. To know that he was still here for one day, like. Life is heavy. That's why you got to get a trading system. So you don't have to rely on your emotions to trade. When I don't rely on my emotions, it doesn't matter what I'm going through. It doesn't matter what I'm seeing. It doesn't matter what's happening. I'm able to see the charts the way I'm supposed to see it. See? It is what it is. I can still make a trade. I can still make a move. Yeah, remember I wanted to show you something about this. I'm seeing a channel here. See? Starting to form. That's all I wanted to say, you know. Shout out to JB, man. My dad's 75. He had a bypass a few years ago. He now still throws ladders up and climbs roof. Bypass can be amazing. God loves us and gives us modern medicine. It's pretty awesome, man. Thank you for saying that. I'm happy to hear that. So you never know, man. That's awesome. Thank you for the faith, dude. Have faith, man. Ye with little faith. See? And you shouldn't shed so tears, man. You should always be. I got to learn how to just always live in love, man. And everything's going to be fine. Regardless of what happens, too. This is an interesting little chart this is making, huh? This thing's a little bit of a gem here. Could that be a range trade? You know, range-bound trade. Something to think about. Take a look at the 1 hour time frame. Coming back down, still squiggly wiggly. Could be an M pattern and dumping too, you know. What could look scrumptious on the 15 may not look so good on the bigger time frames. Always remind yourself of where you're at. 4 hour wants to come, you know, crush you too as well. You know, wouldn't be my cup of tea per se. We already took it for a ride. I'd be moving on. GRT's been hot this week, but you know, we had it here. That was the move there, half of the move. Could it continue? We shall see. Okay. Begin the journey. Step 1, baby. Great tip. How does Tether Dom look to you? We read lots of books, just like any other book. You can read the Holy Quran. Thank you so much for saying that. I appreciate that. You know what's really interesting? Abdul Rahman was my wife's father's name. You know, it's funny, but like that was his name, Abdul Rahman. So interesting to have you come on the show and say, you know, that was his name, Abdul Rahman, man. That was his name. That's so interesting. And I know it is a very common Muslim name, but another Abdul Rahman Khan. It doesn't get easy, but it becomes more acceptable. 25 years old, lost my father a year ago. I can relate. Wow, man, that's tough. And again, you have his name too, Abdul Rahman, but Khan, that's so and you comment. I find that fascinating. Even though my dad been gone out my whole life, he left me the greatest gift ever, the ability to do what I'm doing, to be great. I love that, man. You're awesome, dude. Jesus loves all of you. Thank you, Crypto Info. Everybody's life is a book. What does your book look like? Because one day that book's going to close. Lane Hughes, man. 25 years old. Lost my dad to heart attacks a few years back. Wow. Lifer, you are one of the strongest people I've ever seen. Your energy is great. I know you will battle. You will handle anything that comes your way. Thanks, man. Much appreciated to you, brother. You have a lot of heart. Been having me tear up all week. I needed to see these videos you've been putting out lately. You're a real one, lifer. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for saying that. Sam, been thinking about you all day. Thanks, brother. I'm just tired, bro. I was up late going through the charts last night, you know. Just worried about But you know what? You can't worry about things. You just got to get through them. You got to find a solution and either make it happen or don't make it happen. It is what it is, you know. This Phantom Short just continues to want to do damage. It's so interesting. It's another thing that we posted right around here, and it's up a beautiful 83% since we've gone over the Phantom Short. This EPK had a huge move too and continued to the upside even higher after that initial move. Total gains of 53% from when we first got in, and no stop loss got hit in the making of the trade. Seriously, hearing you read my comment right now just blew my mind. I know I'm in the right place right now, watching video right now. Thank you so much, Undefined Lyricist, man. Appreciate you, man. My brother died at 26. My mom got cancer and beat it. Then had a stroke and doesn't know me. She lives in a nursing home. I joined so I can have financial freedom to move her into my house. Let's go, man. Dude, thank you so much for saying that. Dude, it's unbelievable. Shout out to you and yours, man. Thank you for joining. I'm going to do my best to make sure I teach you everything I know to get you on your way so you don't lose money, you don't do the wrong things. Miss my dad, miss my son, miss my wife. Can't wait to get back to Brazil. Shout out to Billy, man. You'll get there, Billy. You'll get there, brother. We have to live our lives from the point of death, looking back. From there, we can cherish the eternal moment of which we can all connect to eternally with more mystique and gratitude. Wow. Enku Kutibutsu always going into the, the far fathoms of the brain, man, you know. Thank you so much. I love you. Amen. We love you. Shout out to Joshua Silva. Shout out to everybody here. Knowing what your father did for a living, nothing but respect for that man. I am workers for life. Thank you so much, Big Wig Energy. Appreciate you, brother. Sam, been thinking about you all day. Thank you, Bryson. You're the man, dude. Lifers are the strongest people. Lifer, you're one of the strongest people I've ever seen. Your energy. Thank you so much, man. You have a lot of heart. Been having me tear up, man. You're a real one. Man, you're the best, dude. Thank you, Unreal. You're lyricist. Show Lifers some love and smash those likes, everybody. You will worry about them until they're gone. It's your job now. I know, man. I know. I'm back. Had to leave. Shout out to the preemptive lemon water. Appreciate you. Thanks, Sean. You're the man, dude. My book is being written for my son. Shout out to Craig Wayne. You're the man, dude. Shout out to Craig Wayne. Guys, send me some, get my mind off this nonsense. Send me in some super chats. Let's have some fun for the next 5 minutes. Then I'm going to be out of here for 10 o'clock, as we usually do, on a Saturday night. So we're seeing the alts getting completely beat to the ground. Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance. Might tell a bit of a story here for a split second. Yeah, it's getting a little bit of a green move there. See Bitcoin dominance pumping on the 4-hour time frame. That suggests you're either going to pump or dump, right? When Bitcoin dominance pumps, you're either getting a big move for Bitcoin about to brew, which the 6-hour does also convey, you know, and Bitcoin's due for a move. Let's take a tether down. Let's take a look back at the show. Show is just a collection of the things that I did on the show when I first started the show. So it's called the show. So, you know, 4-hour isn't as bullish as Bitcoin as it needs to be. And you're at this resistance point. You just can't seem to break it. So Bitcoin bearish, right? Can't seem to get above the zone, right? Can't get above the zone. Shout out to D. Kennedy in the house. Chemistry bro. Just for a fun take, look at PLD 1-minute chart. No worries. So what was my take for the end of this night? I'm bearish. Yeah, this is squiggling out on the 15 and then a down. Yeah, I'm bearish over. Yeah, I'm mostly bearish. And anything could happen. Anything could happen. Just something to think about, you know. Anything could happen. Oh, man. Thank you, Grace. I appreciate it. Thank you all the lifers who reach out. I really, really appreciate it. Some of the nicest people in the game. some of the nicest people in the game, you know. So my analysis is bearish for Bitcoin, somewhere back to this zone here at 29,100. I don't want to see it break and hold this, and then maybe we could bounce out of this to the upside, okay? This falling wedge. Chance we could still break up and get rejected here and then break down as they liquidate the shorts. So I won't put that out as a possibility for a fake out, breakout, back down into this pattern, all right? So something to watch. So that's why I have it written like this. That's why I'm looking at this. This is kind of the two paths for Bitcoin. It's most likely we're going to drop to the downside based on the stochastics RSI, all right? If you trade the same way every time, you will get an edge, and that's how I trade, the same way every single time. Is anyone from Boston going to the Celtics game? Bullish on the Celtics. Thank you, man. Somebody called the sweep. I mean, I said, you know, RSI traders are definitely bearish tonight. There you go. Super chats, PLD on the 1 minute chart. PLO or PLO? PLO? Was it PLO or PLD? Must be PLD, right? That thing is out of control right now. Plaid. Oh, Plutonians. That thing's been pumping too, man. Another pump for Plutonians. Insanity. I mean, imagine getting gains this fast on the 1 minute. There's a chance. I don't like to do this. This is high risk. 100% gains in the next 30 minutes. I mean, high risk, high reward there. Anything could happen. You are low and you are about to bounce. Anything could happen. Shout out to Bharat Bhatia, man. Thank you so much for the 200. Appreciate you, brother. Sam's Choice, any top 20 prayers, my brother. Shout out to East Jordan, man. Believe it or not, I've been in this wet bed tapestry of parallel worlds and infinite incarnations of self and Saw. The universe begins and ends in each of those windows endlessly. We live in a construct. We know the NBA won't allow a 4-game championship. They just won't, yeah. You're funny. We are all pals, Sam. If you watch your guns, you know the meaning of pals from that movie. You the man, Sam. You're funny. Shout out to Abdominal Rayman Spaghetti Rigetti, man. Thank you so much. Bitcoin normally plays in threes, so a third little dump could be likely. My dad lived 40 years after heart surgery. That's good to know. Thank you. Dang. My wife told me to stop acting like a flamingo. I had to put my foot down. And he's saying, you're funny. Super chat. Any and top 20. Thank you. I didn't think Stephen May will allow a 4-game series, guys. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. The total market cap of all of cryptocurrency hovering at 1.2, struggling and dumping hard right now. Look, so you can see the market cap getting beat to the ground. Also suggests we are about to drop. I mean, this is the 1 minute chart, but still, I mean, total market cap just losing. And even the 1 minute, I mean, if this is the whole market cap, I mean, that's a lot of money, even on the 1 minute, you know. Bearish. And bearishness starts on the smaller time frames. Look, resistance in a rising wedge and getting rejected here, pointing down to the 1 hour. It's very bearish, you know. Very bearish. I was going to tell you a time travel joke, but you didn't get it. That's pretty funny. BNB, we'll take a look at BNB, a strong coin, exchange-based tokens. Watch my video about exchange-based tokens. You got to check that video out. It's so important. Definitely a cool little idea there. Exchange-based tokens, everybody. Check it out when you can. Super chat. Any top 20 picks, super chat, people, and BNB. I want to sit next to Anko at the wedding. You could be there. You could be there. I'm gonna renew my vows. Me and my wife never had a real wedding. We never had a chance. You know, we were one of those like escape little me and her. You know, it's like I'm gonna delete this. I haven't done this in a while. I'm just gonna take a look at the market cap again, nice and clean. We obviously have a big resistance here for total. Thank you so much for Parapatia, man. Appreciate you, brother. A bunch of coins just fell through their super support lines. Might be starting to dump. Yeah. So this line really needs to hold, and you can see that the 4-hour really isn't wanting to do that. You see this? That alone is just your resistance. I mean, total market cap wants to come and test this low for sure. Doesn't look healthy to me at all. And at the end of the day, bear rectangle. All right. What's called a bearish rectangle with a measured move to the downside to be conservatively nice. And we're headed lower, 923. And then when we break that 1 trillion, everyone's going to grasp. Man, we thought there was going to be a bull run. They told us that we were going to bounce to 36K. And we might even go there and come back down again. But right now, this is looking like we're going to trip out. And when falling wedges break to the downside, they break out ugly. Like, they just fall out fast. Could happen right now, tonight. Anything could happen. Be careful. Always have a stop loss. Always have a stop loss. I'm more of a Sasha Shugan trader. Hey. No way, under a trill. That's what people don't believe. Anything could happen. I don't know if it could happen. I'm open-minded to believe anything could happen. All right? So I'm not like... I would never say no way under a trill. I'd say, you know what? Who knows? I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. Maybe, maybe not. There's just, you know, no guarantees, right? Let's take a look at our baby AURY. Was it a little bit of a flag here? Tiny flag. 15-minute little tiny flag. Think about selling my igloo and kicking it up in Beantown for a bit. Can you check auction on Coinbase? We'll take a look. Come on to Beantown, man. You'll be all right. Anybody going to the Celtics game on Friday night? Game 4? Anybody going to Game 4 Friday night to see the Celtics? I will be attending the game. Just want to see if anyone is going to the game. Game 4. Celtics, Warriors. You know, if they sweep, it could be the win. Game 5 could be the one in Boston. You never know. Bit of a flag. That's nothing to like write home about, though. That doesn't get me going. That's just not good enough, you know. Just not good enough. What is this new thing? Define art. Have you ever seen this thing? Define art. You guys know what this thing is? Making a bit of a flag. Seems like no one wants to sell below that zone at support here. See? Something on my radar that you might just want to look at. You might just want to see. Think could do some damage. 15-minute pointing to the upside. You never know. And not enough gains in my opinion. Can you check Bitcoin and ETH dominance? Yeah. We looked at Bitcoin dominance. We'll take a look at ETH dominance. ETH dominance giving up the gains. That's not good for altcoins as well. And you're at resistance here. You also have the bit of the swing. Resistance 15. 4 hours at, you know, again, another at a zone area. Resistance here coming back and getting rejected on the high 4 hour. All right. So, Beantown is Boston, baby. Lucky bastard, man. You're the man, dude. Thank you, Real. I love you, man. He's like, you lucky schmucko. You know what, man? It never was like that before, but it is, man. Thinking about selling my igloo. Yeah, you'll appreciate it. You'll appreciate it. Let's take a look at auction on Coinbase. Thank you so much. And let's take a look at BNB as well. BNB struggling. All the altcoins taking a big hit right now. Watch your alts. They didn't look good to me, man. I've been watching them recently, and they just don't look good to me. You know? Look, you're getting rejected at this trend line. Like, let's break it down. Let's break down the science of just space and time. Like, you know what? A lot of people get into technical analysis, and they forget about space and time. Like, space and time exists, man. For instance, what do I mean by that? Well, look how much time usually the stochastics break down. One, you get some good time. Got some good time, right? Starting again, so you suggest some good time, right? Which suggests some good momentum, which suggests some good what? Some good space. Space. So in this time period, you cover some space when the stochastics, right? So these should cover some space and time, and right? I mean, that's the measured move here. Just sad to say, I mean, that could bring you all the way down. All right? BNB back to 268. So just, I would watch BNB for a dump to the downside based on the 4 hour here. Daily as well is not done with momentum. Then there will be scoop up time in my humble opinion. Let's take a look at it on a bigger time frame. Delete all this ridiculousness. I haven't looked at BNB on like a really, really big time frame. It's the strongest coin in the game, in my humble opinion. The strongest coin of all coins. Like, it's like, might as well be a better than a stable coin, you know. Now it approached the 706 area with a wick there, 618, sitting in between the 618 and the 7, you know, and the 0.5 fib. It's in a very strong area for, you know, for accumulation, in my humble opinion. Beautiful falling wedge with just a little more downside. You don't want to see that break down either, though. That would be a bigger downside. And that could even happen. People don't realize. See how we're pointing down on that five day? That could even just do this. Because you get heavy momentum below the dotted line. That's what people don't realize. You could get this, just dude, and that could be a big dump, you know. That would take you to the 886 retracement and back to $55. I mean, are we looking at something like that? Are we double bottoming? I'm open-minded to believe both things are possible. Always have a stop loss, all right? I do like exchange-based tokens. Is it time to DCA? I'm not believing in the DCA right now. I mean, someone who's going to hold for 5-7 years, again, not financial advice, it's always time to DCA, technically, if you believe in the project and you're going to hold it for 5 to 7 years. By all means, you do whatever you can. I do whatever I can if it's something I believe in. But, you know, perfect example of time. You think that's strong? Check out my Tron. Hasn't broken its support since Bitcoin. No, I mean, did I not call Tron on BitBoy? Again, let's take a look at our Tron call here from back in the day. Is it still holding gains? Is it still holding gains? Let's take a look on the daily. We had Tron on this beautiful move here. Then we had this cup and handle for Tron. It's actually still in the handle, and the daily's resetting. You know what? Tron's still one of the strongest coins in the game right now. Why? Let me show you why. Let's take a look at the 4 hour. So we had this cup and handle for Tron breaking out. All right. I mean, it still broke out pretty nicely. Like, from this move, this went up 12% gains. Came back down. Did we get stopped out? We still really didn't get stopped out. See, it wick right there. Didn't hit the stop. Got very close, but did not hit the stop. Quite interesting. But we started with this bigger channel here, and this thing is up 12%. And the idea on the daily time frame, right? If you stuck with us on the daily, I actually drew this. I believe I drew this for the first time on around the blockchain, because I was like, oh yeah, they might ask me about the Tron chart, and I wasn't sure. And the fact that we would break out, right? And this thing broke out beautifully. Look, 56% gains. And if you're in the trading group, yes, you had access to this idea, into this whole, you know, even if you just watched me throughout the internet, but you just put TRX somewhere and see my first few, oh, TRX USDT will help us find it better, because that's how, like, and there you have me first putting this out here on the 20th of March, 20th of May, sorry, right here. The Tron will break up, go up 43% gains out of the smaller 1 hour time frame. This would bang on you, like, just crazy. Sam, blessings to you and your family. Well, I love you. I know it's late, but there's still time. Wondering about a flame. Thank you for being with us tonight. Anytime, you beautiful, beautiful, beautiful person. Let's take a look at Flame. Love learning. I'm surprised he never made that a quote. Any in the top 20. Wow, so Flame keep dumping on you. There's a couple of that did not play. I mean, 22-hour time frame wants to move. We don't really look at that a lot, right? Daily is what you want to check out. Now, daily's resetting. It's making a bit of a triple bottom. Could make a move here. It's hanging out. I don't know. It's, you know, 4 hour is getting overbought, and you're not. See, the thing is, if this 4 hour starts to roll and you don't get above this resistance, I would can this. I think it already did, and it is starting to roll. This is something I personally would can. I would can this. 1 hour is getting low. Doesn't mean it always going to work out. It's more you're making lower lows, you know. Yeah, it just like never really gave you that, you know, bullish sign yet. Kind of bounce came up. I don't know. I'm not a fan, but anything could happen. Watch tomorrow, it pump huge. It gives me the heebie-jeebies, I'll tell you that. very close to its lower low, but anything is possible. Daily, it does want to bounce. 4 hours not in my favor. Again, it could start some momentum up here. It's not crossed the dotted line, so anything is possible. In the 1 hour, it does want to pop. You look for divergence on the 15 to give you any kind of solace here. So let's take a look. You rolled over. You got to swing down and swing down. It's kind of hidden bullish there. That's really weird, though. I don't like this rounded top price action, rejection by the top. It says you're going to kind of continue to make lower highs. Yeah. What do you think about selling conditional limit orders for shorts in a situation like this? I mean, you got to do whatever makes you happy. It sounds like a cool plan if it fits your condition, you know, if you like what it is, you know. If you like what, you know, it depends. Depends. I can't believe how many gains we've been making in the bear market. I thought it was going to be way harder than this, honestly, to make this many gains. I thought they were going to make it way harder on the kid. Hasn't been that, you know, it's been tough. I shouldn't say that. Watch them make it even harder, so I shouldn't even, yeah. And it probably will get harder, you know, so be careful. You know, oh man, no, it's been extremely hard. And it actually really has. I take that back. Like, and the universe knows. Come on, don't slam me for that, guy. Yeah, please. The knock on wood hold me down. Could Ban boom? Ban's been trying to gain some movement. Again, it's looking just like Bitcoin. Scary Harry. The short could play out. That's what we're looking at here. 4 hour wants to bang. 1 hour's got momentum. Got some hidden bullish going on here. You know. To us, it's the short tokens, everybody. Phantom 3S might continue to the downside and play out. Look at this. I kind of want to delete this. I've had this going for so long, so I can look at it fresh again. But again, if you saw this, we nailed this. We nailed this. We absolutely nailed this. Phantom 3S. Doing the same thing here on the 1 hour. It's got to break out. Kind of a breakout, fake out. But says it wants to move here. Momentum on the 1 hour. Momentum definitely. Why not? See, this one, this one's been dumping more than all the other ones. Let's look at .3S. Thanks for inspiration in this family, Sensei. Peace to all the lifers. Kono, before you get out of here. Anytime, we'll take a look at Kono. Yeah, see, this looks more bullish. See, this is what we should be looking at. This is about to bust out of this flag right now. Like, look at that. Boom. As Felipe used to say, bullish. 1 hour and the 4 hour want to boom. I like what I'm seeing here. Gains. Take a look at the 15 for expert entry. Wait for it to maybe come down and do like a little move there. What I also do is I just play the 4 hour support and resistance. I look at the 4 hour. I see what I see. I zoom in on in. Make it, you know, I see what I see. See, I see this bounce and this resistance zone there. I see one right in here. Got a rejection. And I would just put, you know, I get into these trades around here. Going for here. With a stop loss, like where I feel like right around there. Yep, I got to be a 3-to-1. It's a little riskier of a trade. The way I got to put the stop right there, though. Works for me. .3S, possible gains on the 4 hour. 1 hour, 2. 15-minute need to come down. You might get a little lower, but I believe you can get lower without hitting the stop. So you could be chintzy and wait. Or you could just be, you know, people that aren't patient. Like if I'm not patient, I won't wait for the 15 to be perfect. Again, though, when I enter, I know that it probably might go down again. That's the only thing, but you got to be able to handle that and just let the trade play out. It depends on what you want to do. You want to be precise and stare, watch with alerts, or do you want to let things roll, you know, and kind of zoom out to boom out? It all depends on how you feel. It all depends on how you feel, right? And again, I may not be perfect too at all. Let's take a look at Kono from my man. Thank you, Jamal Antonio. Jamal, man, I love you, man. How's everything going with the dogs and the kid, with the dogs and the wifey? Hope you had a wonderful vacation. I know you were off the last time we were talking a little bit there. Shout out to Jamal, man. I met Jamal, everybody. Everybody say hi to Jamal. He's the man. Everyone give Jamal a big hi, please. Say hi, Jamal. Say, what up, Jamal? He's a true lifer. He's been a lifer for a long time. Been supporting me since I had like very little subs. A lot of you people have seen it happen from day one and just watched as we grinded through the hard times, the good times. We've been through it all. 4 hours dumping on you on Kono. I'd be careful. That's dumping on you, and there's more downside, and you're at resistance. So Kono looks like it's at, it's you know, like something like this, something like that, and it's coming down to the maybe a lower part of this pattern. A lot of altcoins seem to be getting slaughtered here. Let's look at total 3. Yeah, total 3 is just like, bulls need to be above 480 billion. We talked about it. We're at 425 bill. Yes, we hit a low here at 414, bounced up, but hit resistance again. Came back down. Seemed to be forming some type of channel like this, see? Kind of like all the alts are in, and could be a bear flag to continue. Would love to get a bounce. 4 hours suggests a bounce for the alts despite what we see here. So that could mean we get a little relief rally for the weekend, possibly. Let's get back into the alts for a split second here. So alts popping: RMRK, XTAG, Plagiar, JAR, VI, GST just jumped like 10%. Interesting. As someone talked about it, which is funky. 4 hour does want to pop on a lot of these coins. The 4 hours low and pushing. AVAX tag, you know, XTAG, dang, out of nowhere. RMRK out of nowhere. Huge move. Look at that. And this AIU. Funny, I had it here. They stopped us out, but it would then try to come. Funny. Stop yelling and came back. It's like someone's watching me. Like, right? This video coin hit for gains and continued to hit, which is interesting. Hit again from the same lower point. Like, boom, boom. Wow, that thing banged. But look, I don't think it played out on that 1 hour. Like, still doing its thing, but that 1 minute chart could still move on that. It really could, but oh, the one out for the night. I'll be all charted out. If you're in my group, please look for the update from what I'm looking at. This thing wants to pop in the 1 minute. A little gain there. She's been banging on him. That's interesting. 1 penny though. Oh man, this thing was like 30 cents. These things all got banged. Gala 3S looks at the short, wants to pump too. So if you're in my trading group, everybody, it's all about the, you know, to me, I'm seeing shorts to the upside, you know, 4 hour shorts to the upside. Yeah, I mean, Gala 3S, bang, bang, bang. Like, it's Gala 3S, it's AVAX 3S, it's Phantom, not Phantom, leave Phantom alone because it had its own pump. Dot 3S, you know, coins that are more correlated to Bitcoin at the moment. Look for a correlation between the charts. That's what you're looking for. That's how you're going to play it. That's how I'm going to play it. You do whatever makes you happy. Even VeChain looks like you can get some gains out of this puppy to the upside as well, the VeChain short. So I'm seeing a lot of different things in the market. And, yeah, be careful out there. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And, you know, or do whatever do whatever makes you happy. I can't say do anything. But in life, don't do anything the life wouldn't do, whoever that is. You know, just getting a little bit of gains here, but don't get too excited. Always have a stop loss. Be careful and be watchful. All right. Looking for these shorts too. Yep. That's really a good peer-reviewed research study by Dr. Esselin showing that a plant-based diet can reverse heart disease. Thank you. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. Be kind to yourself. Stay strong. Mr. Penguin said 2 coins that popped. Who is this? Funny. Mr. Penguin popping coins. Who is that guy? Look at all the people that said hi, Jamal. Amazing. Hi, Jamal. Yo, Jamal. What up, Jamal? Hey, Jamal. Hey, yo. Funny. What's going on, Lifer fam? Been lurking for a minute, but I have been here nearly as long as some of y'all. Funny. Yeah, we got them, though. We got them. Oh, people and auction. We didn't do people. I did auction, though. People. There you go. Have a good night with that. All right, everyone, have a wonderful night. Thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications so you can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Thank you so much for being here. This Tuesday, I believe I'll be on the day show for Bitcoin, for BitBoy, the BitBoy Day Show. So check me out, going over Bitcoin, talking about the markets, getting into the nitty-gritty of what I think is happening, and just talking about what we see. XRP trial, all sorts of fun stuff. So stay tuned for that. Also should be on the 14th as well. So look for me for 2 times on the Day Show next month. Also on Around the Blockchain and more. I'll be back tomorrow night for Bitcoin in the weekly Candle Close. Shout out to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications so you can find out when I post my next video. And remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Crypto is life. Peace. I love you all. Thank you so much. Gratitude to everyone for coming on to the live. Thank you for being here. Have a wonderful night.